the pelvis, counter twist slightly. The counteractions are always they're like spices. Sometimes just a pinch will do. A little sprinkle of counteraction. Because you don't want to lose the primary action. Sometimes when we become too mechanical, we think, oh, now the counteraction, I'll just crank it with all my might. You destroy them. So we want to bring these two lovers together. And then on the next exhale, look down, hop, and inhale, sit up. And then right away, exhale, shift forward. And then inhale, drop the coccyx and pull way forward. Pull the sacrum down and forward to your navel. And then relax the mouth and roll back downward. Split open your toes so the feathers of the buttocks split open and the groins become infinitely deep. So if downward dog works, the four angels will pull the pubic bone, coccyx, sitting bone back endlessly. The jaw relaxes, the collarbone light up, the spine disappears, spine stops. Oh. So sweet posture. Good. And then drop down to the knees. So we're going to skip the Pranayasana. It's a great posture, but life is short. So what I want to do is Shalabhasana, the locust. This is an active back bend, meaning all the local muscles are making you do the back bend. And of course you don't end up going that far. And that's so we eventually good deep back bending is done by larger multinational corporations rather than local stuff. So the 1% were right. But we're going to do Shalabhasana a little differently to avoid hyperprona, which is a little bit disgusting. And so we're going to do hyperahana instead. And so I'm going to, I'll tell you what I'm going to do because you might not be able to see. Instead of having straight arms in A position, where you're pushing the back of the hand into the floor, we're going to bend the elbows to keep, and imagine that you really are very broad here. And that way you can push the hands into the floor with much more strength. Keeping the back of the diaphragm extra wide and keeping the coccyx prominent. So it feels like a heavy golden coccyx with tail. So we really want to press that pattern into the chitta, even impression. Because then the residue of that pattern will help with the back bend that comes. So, this is what it's going to look like. Can you see me? No, you can't. No. So when you first lie down, make sure that your belly lengthens. Psoas and rectus abdominis. It's kind of the way a snake. And then you park the forehead. And then here's the arms like this. So not doing like that. And then the arms are useless. Why even bother? Like this. Not like that. That's closing the heart. Heart open, but kidney wings really open. So you're pushing. This is the way your former governor would do it. We call this Schwarzenegger. Then, exhale, coccyx lengthens. Exhale from PC muscle. And then keeping coccyx in your mind. Just lift and press. Strong. And then B position, whole different game. And we're going to go to just forward. Drop the coccyx punch out. The reason is that hamstrings are lifting the legs, buttocks muscles lifting the legs, erector spinae lifting, all local. Shiatwari softens all of those. Then Shiatwari is actually done with the psoas. Pulls back, pelvic floor widens, coccyx dives into the pelvic floor, inspiring you to go into upward dog. Sense? So the coccyx is like a bumblebee, pelvic floor like a flower. Bumblebee goes in, upward dog comes out. So we're adding that Shiatwari there, and we can have a biomechanical excuse. Okay? Let's try this. We'll do it 1,000 times until we beg to do something else. We'll start with your forehead on the floor. We'll do it all together. Bend your elbows at least 20 degrees. Imagine you're the governor, former governor. Forehead. Really broad, really strong. Long. Okay. Now, exhale, and the end of the exhale tones the PC muscle, holding the coccyx down. Turn some bright gold, golden tail, and then inhale lift feet, head, chest, and shoulders. Really push back and strongly. So you've got yoga is theater. You're feeling an archetype, and you resist. Good. Begin now. Deep position. Recline those. Upper arms parallel to the floor, not to each other. Good. Now big breath in. Now curl the toes under. Put them down. Stiffen them. Exhale. Shiatwari. Hold. Inhale. Drop the coccyx and pull upward dog. Look down. Stay an extra breath. Oh, don't lock your elbows. Bend the elbows, ground in, nail the root of index finger down, nail it down. Big inhale, and then Downward dog is so much more relaxing when you've done the upward dog too much. Best thing for the downward dog is the upward dog. Nice. Good. And then drop down to the knees again. Got that? So go through that. So what we're doing an active back bend. Hamstrings, we're helping to lift the legs. Good. Pelvic muscle, erector spinae. Difficult. But the key to that movement, again, keep those local muscles from pressing the joints between the vertebrae, those little facet joints, is you have to imagine that the coccyx is actually a slightly heavy tail. That means the PC muscle is toned. If you lose awareness of that, you run the risk of joint compression in Shalabhasana, which makes it unpleasant. It's not only difficult, but it's also unpleasant. So when the PC muscle tones, it triggers a whole aponic chain which tones the rectus abdominis. Even though it's long, it's toned. And that then allows the toning of the oblique pattern. So the whole aponic family is right there on the line, attentive, even though there's technically a back bend. Without the coccyx participating, the apana just shuts off. It says, oh, it's then. It's the prana muscles which we do. And they just completely ignore. And you get a dysfunctional body. Then we did Shiatwari because, and this is just my theory, I know that most people just go straight in, which is okay. Okay, each his own. But I like to feel the contrast. Shiatwari makes, because the psoas muscles are actually rectus abdominis and psoas, pelvic floor then widens slightly, coccyx dives in, and you're in the upward dog. So it creates a huge wave, and then downward dog. Let's do it one more time. See, you do this